in my life. Since the war, I've met 8 now. The elites are coming out of the woodwork and they're buying these bunkers. It's the whole world wants these NBC filtration systems. Everybody's clamoring for them. Governments plan for a nuclear attacks or dirty bombs and stuff like that. And of course, they pray it never happens. In the end, systems, everybody's clamoring for them. Governments plan for a nuclear attacks or dirty bombs and stuff like that. And of course, they pray it never happens. In the end, money's going to have no value. What's going to matter is food, supplies, medicine, clean water. People have to prepare when things are calm. They can't. In the end, money's going to have no value. What's going to matter is food, supplies, medicine, clean water. People have to prepare when things are calm. They can't wait till wars break out. Otherwise, the prices are going to skyrocket. You're not going to be able to get the food and supplies. People always panic by at the last minute. They got to stop doing that. It's better to have it, 5 years too early than get it 5 seconds too late.
Shalom, Yasharala, all praises and glory goes to our mighty power, Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem, Rakah, Kodash, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations unto the elect men feeding the sheep of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, in sincerity and in truth with his great gospel. We're going to get into this lesson about the collapse of this society. That's one of the main topics that you're going to get from Great Millstone, because that is part of the prophecy of this Bible. The end of this society that you live in, the end of this present world that you're in, right? The way that things operate, the way people think, the way people dress, the way people speak, right? All these things are coming to a fucking end, right? It's coming to an end and it's slowly deteriorating, right? And you got houses divided, you got people separated, you got spirits of insurrection popping up all over the place, man. You got Joe Biden as president. First you had Donald Trump. Right? And right when he was going out, you had this so-called insurrection, all that madness. You had Edomites running into the Capitol building. And what happened? From that, you had this whole spirit of F Joe Biden. They changed Let's Go Brand, right? All this madness. And because the world is not with America no more, man. America used to be the beacon of how nations wanted to rule their society, man, because they seen the prosperity, right? The riches, the wealth in Babylon the Great, right? But what are they seeing now? They're seeing a house fully divided. Man. You got them Republicans, them Democrats, and you got those other ones who, independents, right? And all what they're banging heads, they're not agreeing with nothing. One wants abortion rights, the other one gun rights, the other one wants homosexual rights, right? And it's pure madness going on, man. But for us, we know what this is a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Let me get this right quick. I'm read the book of Mark. We're going to go to Mark. Let's start at Mark 3, verse 23. And he called them unto him and said unto them in parables, how can Satan cast out Satan? Yeah, how can a Democrat overthrow a Republican or independent? Because they're all the same people. They're all Edomites. And for you 2/3 Jakes who done join that system, you're coming on their Edomite banner. You're not trying to set up the kingdom of heaven, Yasharala. You're not pushing Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. You're pushing democracy, right? That's what you're pushing, democracy. What's that other thing? Free economy, or it's all about money making, man. That's that Edomite bullshit, right? I'm reading, it says, and he called them unto him and said unto them in parables, how can Satan cast out Satan? And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand, right? There's no way this kingdom could stand right here. It's fully divided with against itself. And we're talking on different levels, right? Because this kingdom is not just America. It's America, the European kingdoms also, right? Due to Donald Trump going over to Europe, man, them Europeans don't like Americans no more. Donald Trump came through there prideful as hell, right? Like America's better than other European countries. You got the Brexit. You got Greece, broke as hell. You got these other broke ass European countries, and the other countries European countries that have good money, that have wealth, they're tired of backing these broke ass European countries up, backing them up. So it's like, man, you got this house divided, this separation, this hatred for America, right? America's too prideful. That's Americans are prideful. That's what they say around the world, right? It says, and if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And if a house be divided against itself, so you got this kingdom, this Edomite kingdom, which is ran by Americans, Europeans, right? And these Europeans are in Central, South America, and Canada, and Europe. They even set up as looking like other nations. You got tares, you got Edomite tares looking like other nations, right? And I can't say it like that. You got Edomites looking like other nations. Let me put it like that. That's better. You got Edomites looking like other nations. You probably got an Edomite set up in China. The Edomite set up in somewhere in South America, right? So it's a lot of Hispanics, man, who bloodline either go back to the conquistadors or go back to the Aztecs, the natives, the indigenous peoples of the Americas. So that's when the Lord gonna sift and separate us from the filth. I'm reading, it says, and if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And if Satan rise up against himself, right? Ain't that what you got going on right now? Fuck Joe Biden. They keep talking about Joe, creepy Joe. Creepy Joe, the man who can't keep his hands to himself. Who's bringing this out? It's other Edomites. Who took these pictures? The Edomites at these parties. Look at Joe. Joe got to touch all the hoes. Boy, he getting all the hoes. Look at this one bitch. She's like, God damn, when this nigga gonna let me go? Look at my man in the back. He laughing. He like, yeah, you didn't know about Joe. Joe don't play no games when it comes to them women. Joe love them hoes. Yeah. Yeah, Joe love them women. Boy, look at him, boy. He like, hey, what you doing tonight? Little Spanish bitch, what you doing tonight? Yeah. Come here, you old pale white hoe. What you doing tonight? He got a couple Bill Cosby ex bitches. Look at him, boy. Yeah, Joe ain't playing around. And that Pelosi, he said, Pelosi, come here, girl, give me something. And that Joe don't play. You know what? Joe a G. Don't let his age fool you. He might be sleepy, creepy Joe right now, but at one time this was a good old Dixie boy, man. And they specialize in what? Put niggas in jail. Specialize in incarceration of black men and Hispanic men, right? He specialized in taking away the rights away from you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And he's still in power. Don't let this old age fool you, man. Yeah, just because he tripping. And all that signifies is the downfall of America. Joe Biden done fell off a bike. He done fell up the steps going up a plane. Right. What does signify? The fall of America. Because just as the ruler, so is the people, and the ruler is falling. Read the book of Ecclesiasticus 10 verse 2. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are they that dwell therein. And we got who in office? We got creepy Joe in office, right? There's a creepy spirit going around in America, right? You got men raping women in broad fucking daylight, man, right? It's a creepy spirit, right? These women, they don't feel safe, right? What else you got going on in America? Sleepy spirit. These people are all on drugs. They call him Sleepy Joe because he taking them pills. You know how them white people like to pop pills. They got a pill for depression, a pill for anxiety, a pill for tiredness, a pill for sleepiness, a pill for this, a pill for that. Man, these people are on drugs. They on drugs. What else you got, man? They falling. They falling, man. This symbolizes your ruler. He's falling. He's fallen. He's an old dude. The ways of America are old. He's fallen. He's sleepy. He's creepy, right? Everybody's saying, fuck Joe Biden. What else are they saying, man? Forget America. And people saying, F America. They saying death to America. In other countries, you go to Iran, you go to Middle East, you go different places in Europe and different countries in Africa, man. What they saying? DTA. They saying DTA, man. And I'm going to read it. Says Ecclesiasticus 10 verse 2, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man that ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. Go back to verse 1. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered, man. And this is not a well ordered government. This is a government that is ready for the taking. That's why these other nations are preparing what? Nuclear strike invasions, right? They're preparing to get at America because they remember the things that Babylon the Great have done to these other nations, right? They never forget. You got something called forgive and forget. That's some bullshit. Our Lord ain't forgiven, and our Lord ain't forgetting. If our Lord forgave these Edomites for what he did, he wouldn't send his son back to come put their ass in full check. Then our Lord's going to eradicate them after 1,000 years. So as for the wicked you have done, you got to be punished for it, man. You got to be punished for it, man. I'm going to read it. It says, wise judgment instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are they that dwell therein. An unwise king destroyeth his people. Yeah, this is an unwise ruler you got right now, man. That's why he's promoting that LGBT spirited propaganda on the people. Yeah, he's giving them rights. He's giving them freedom to do whatever the fuck they want, right? He's setting up in different positions, right? It says an unwise king destroyeth his people, but through prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. And so we know these people are not in a rightful spirit. America's not going to be inhabited. America's going to be destroyed by thermonuclear destruction. Verse 4, the power of the earth is in what? The hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. In the hand of the Most High is this prosperity of man, and upon the person of the scribe shall he lay his honor. I'm going to read verse 4 again. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. Yahweh Shai. Let's go to Daniel 4:17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers, and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living, what the living need to know, that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men. And he giveth to whomever he will, and set over it, what? The basest of men. Who's ruling right now? The basest of men. You got Esau, Edom, the lowest grade of human life form. Yeah, we got 18 nations, and he is the lowest grade of human life form. That's why you see the world in the spirit it's in. Pure filth, pure disarray, pure confusion, and it's headed for pure destruction underneath what? Satan's authority, Esau, Edom. I'm going to read verse 2 Thessalonians 2:7. For the mysteries of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until what? He be taken out of the way. So the Lord gave this man a time to rule. Don't forget, this is the Lord's sword. Esau, Edom is the Lord's sword. And what? We're being punished by this devil. We're being punished by this devil. He's our chief enemy. And we're being punished by him. It says, for the mysteries of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. So until our punishment is finished, until the fulfillment of our punishment comes to an end, guess what? This man's still going to be in power. That's what's happening right now. Our punishment is not over yet. That's why this devil is still in rulership. That's why this devil is still in rulership. Obadiah 1:3. It reads, the pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks, because they call themselves Caucasians. And the word Caucasian go what? The cave dweller. It's a cave dwelling, right? A cave dwelling man. I'm reading, it says, the pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as an eagle, and though thou set thy nest amongst the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. Yeah, that the spirit of Esau, Edom, white people in power is coming to an end. There's going to be a world where you see nothing but so-called white people in what? Chains, in slavery, right? They're going to be the ones doing all the fucking work, right? They're going to be the ones saying, yes, master, yes, sir, yes, king, yes, king. And some of them, man, they just, motherfucker, they can't even look at us. They can't even look at us. Some of them, they're going to be so far out in the field, we ain't going to know whose slave that is. You're going to think it's your neighbor's field. That motherfucker's so far out in the field. Some of them we ain't going to feed. It's a lot of them I ain't going to clothe. A lot of my Edomite women, they better get used to being butt fucking naked. Butt fucking naked. They're going to be in their birthday suits for damn near 1,000 years, man. And yeah, that's going to be that punishment. we're gonna bring shame upon you people, man. Just like we didn't have no shelter, we didn't have no clothing at one time. We had to suffer. We had to be humiliated, prepare for the same.